You know, brick is kind of timeless. It's, in a lot of ways, it's the same thing it was thousands of years ago.
You know, there's nothing more endemic than digging clay from the earth, shaping it, firing it in a kiln to make brick, and helping to build your city.
Brick and mortar, the tools of the time-honored craft of masonry, and the face of structures that stand the test of time. Today, variations of brick and stone are everywhere you look, and in Wichita, much of it originated here, in the showroom and inventories of Lusco Brick and Stone, a company whose presence in our community dates back farther than most of the oldest cornerstones in town. In 1907, Wichita was very much a town under construction when Hunter Gilkison II opened the Lumbermen's Supply Company with the backing of A.C. Houston and J.W. Metz.
They brokered a lot of things. I mean, brick and coal and cement, but over time the emphasis became more brick and stone products.
With a high demand for the building materials lumbermen's offered, the company experienced rapid growth. While maintaining their corporate home in Wichita, they expanded as far south as Oklahoma City and as far north as Kansas City.
My grandfather was known as the Brick Man, I understand, locally, and that's kind of, they played on that a little bit with some of the advertising and things that they did.
By the mid-20s, Lumbermen's Supply Company had established a name for itself as the leading supplier of brick and stone in the region, but the name that everyone went by was Lusco, so they officially took the name in 1927. Although it was necessary to close some operations during the Depression, the company emerged ready to take advantage of the surging post-war economy. In the late 40s, they settled into offices at 242 North Waco for the next 3 decades. After serving in the Navy during the war, Hunter Gilkison III returned to work in his father's company, and at the time of his father's death in 1953 assumed the leadership role along with remaining partner T.R. Steele.
When we were kids, my dad would just drive around some neighborhoods and kind of drive slowly and stop, and you know, we'd kind of wonder what he was doing, you know, and I think I realized some years later he was looking at brick, because I do the same thing now. So.
In 1977, Bruce Gilkison, Hunter III's son, assumed management responsibilities and eventually became president of Lusco Brick in 1988.
Well, when I first went to work for the Builders Association, one of the first people I met at a reception for me as their new person was Hunter Gilkison. What I learned about him was their commitment to service to their clients. They were excellent at that, and Bruce has carried that forward the same way. So the character of the company has never changed.
With baby boomers maturing, the 1970s led Wichita into another period of growth. In '76, Lusco consolidated operations and moved to their current home on East 14th Street. This allowed the company to make serving the Wichita area their primary focus. Bruce was able to benefit from his father's day-to-day involvement in the business right up until the elder Gilkison's death at the age of 89 in 1998. One key talent Hunter passed on to his son was the ability to locate brick and stone for customers who needed to match existing structures, one of the most challenging aspects of their business.
Hunter took the challenge and he searched all over the country and found some clay that could be quarried and manufactured into the brick that we needed. Now, 40 years later, Bruce Gilkison is providing the same level of attention and service for us as we search for appropriate building materials to clad the new Central Family YMCA downtown.
Under Bruce Gilkison's leadership, the company has deepened its connection to the builders community throughout Wichita and has steadily expanded its product lines to include thin brick and thin stone, glass block, and hardscape products. More recently, Lusco has developed Lusco Wash, a masonry cleaning service for both new construction and restoration.
They're genuinely concerned and interested in what you're planning to do, and they're there to help you accomplish what you want to accomplish.
Their management is really hands-on, day by day, involved in all the projects. But really importantly, they've cultivated a good relationship with brick manufacturers and suppliers and stone suppliers all over the country, so they have access to lots of kinds of materials to satisfy the needs of our project.
Today, many Wichita businesses, homes, and schools are built with Lusco products. Not to mention the many ways their brick has re-emerged underfoot in places like the decorative No More Plaza and all around the waterfront. Lusco has played a major role in creating seamless additions to our schools, adding curb appeal to our homes, and dressing the expansions to our universities.
It's kind of fun for me to walk around any of those campuses. The institutional kind of structures like that are very gratifying to a brick peddler. So.
Besides building Wichita brick by brick, Lusco is also committed to the life of the community. Bruce and Vice President John Alfs have been particularly active in the Salvation Army, Youth Entrepreneurs of Kansas, and Wichita's Rotary Clubs. And many of their employees volunteer in a diverse range of organizations.
You know, there are just so many good organizations, nonprofits, that they just make life better. It's just fun to be a part of a lot of those things.
From City Hall to St. George Cathedral, Intrust Bank Arena, and soon the new downtown YMCA, the past, present, and future of Wichita is largely cast in Lusco Brick and Stone, a legacy as rock solid as the family who built it.